With one tap, you're in. Only on Tap In Radio.
Turn up the bass.
You're now listening. Yo, Tap In Radio.
We're live.
And we're back.
We're back after a hiatus.
We missed you guys.
We did.
Did you miss us?
We
Did
missed
y'all
you.
even know we were gone? Let's start with that. Like, our 68 followers on Instagram.
There's a gnat. I don't like gnats.
Because they bite.
They do. Female gnats do bite. I learned that.
Yes.
They do.
She taught me that.
They
She taught me
bite.
that.
They do.
Okay.
Bitches. Bitches.
But anyway, welcome back to the Teacherz Lounge here on Tap In Radio.
Yes,
and
yes.
you are with Jay and
Key.
So thank you guys for tuning in with us. You could have been anywhere in this quarantine world, but you are here. Appreciate
Here
it.
with us.
Yes.
So let's get the legal stuff out the way. We are sharing our thoughts and opinions based on our own experiences. We do not represent our school districts or anybody else's school district. So in the event you are having any issues, comments, or concerns, we highly suggest you reach out to your Board of Education, your PTA, or any other support groups in your area.
Yes. So, like, school's back in session. So they are in the office.
They're there.
Yeah, they're in the office,
They're
or
there.
they can be reached through email.
Yes.
So
yes.
hit 'em
so
up.
You can still yell at them through Zoom, Google Meets.
that is true.
You can still fuss.
Yes.
It's just on a different level. That's all. From the-
Angrily worded email.
From the comfort of your own home.
Yeah. Hashtag Twitter fingers.
Exactly. But please don't yell at people because it makes us angry and we take it out on your kids.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we do not. No, we don't. Okay.
You're trying to tell me if a parent comes in and is nasty with a teacher, they're not going to get back at the kids? And I don't mean anything violent or anything like that, but don't be surprised if your child all of a sudden has a lot of book reports due.
No. I just, I flip it. Like, I become, like, overly involved in this student now. And
Really?
It's like, okay, since you said I didn't help you, now I'm going to, like, pre-stalk you and your mom or dad or whoever your guardian
But
is.
it's still spiteful one way or
So,
another.
I
We're
mean,
going to get you back.
So it's just like,
We're going to get
like,
you back.
now you're going to take all of this.
Right. So if I get
all
up in
of
the
this
morning and that
involvement.
apology email isn't in my inbox,
It won't be there. I got an angrily worded email today, and I don't even work there no more. It's like, you can be mad. This isn't going anywhere.
I got the finger on the way to work today.
What?
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? I was just so la-di-da about it. I
Yeah,
was like,
people stay trying to kill
whatever.
people on the road. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna front.
Like, I was going fast. And it just wasn't fast enough for him. But I'm like, okay, you can go around. But I'm not going to ram into the car that's in front of me so that I can speed up so you can get around me. I guess he was angered and gave me it was a long one, too. We at least...
Like, one of the ones is
yeah. Well, you got to put it out the window to make sure that I saw it thoroughly. Make sure, but you're like, he was just like, he put it out the window. And I was like, I'm on 287. So, his finger was like, I was like, wow. That takes a lot of dedication. He needed me to see that. I was like, oh, okay.
The best part of waking up.
It's a finger in your cup.
Like, damn.
And what's so funny is, I'm like, but I still slowed you down, so
Yeah.
I win.
Yeah, that's like the people who like speed to end up stopped at the stoplight.
Yes.
It's just like you did all of that for
And then when
what?
you pull up next to them, they just
Idiot.
look straight.
Yeah. Dummy.
They don't want to look at you.
Dummy.
I look right over there like
You and your Honda Civic are not going like anywhere.
anywhere. I'm like, you ain't got no job.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ain't got no job.
We digress.
Or they probably on their way to Amazon.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Amazon is like we gotta. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. Yes. We digress.
We super digress. It's only because we haven't been here and like we have so much to talk about.
Pent up
and
frustration.
Yeah,
and all that
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah. Well, we told you last time when you see us next, we would be changed individuals.
Yep.
And that is true. We are
Different.
truly changed.
Different. I'm
Yes.
different now.
Yeah, I'm different.
It's a whole different journey I'm on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I agree. Same.
So.
Okay. Would you like to?
Oh, well, I know you want to get to. We don't want to do this last.
Yeah, we want to get this out of the way.
So September is, as we said 2 weeks ago, Suicide Prevention Month, and we just want to keep you informed that there are phone numbers. If you know anybody or you even suspect, please do not hesitate to try to help. I'd rather you try to help and be wrong than not help and have been right.
Right.
So
True.
Where are these numbers? Okay. So the number is 800-273-8255. Okay. Memorize it, write it down, keep it in your phone, put it next to 911, whatever. 911. I'm telling you, it's just as important.
Yeah.
But and please keep an eye out on our youth. Okay, they are stressed. They don't get to see their friends. They are on computers all day. This is new for them, so it is not unlikely that they will not be getting emotional. They already have a million emotions, and this toppled on top of it is going to make it a lot difficult for the kids who need to be social constantly. So
Correct.
Keep your eyes on these kids, please.
Absolutely. So, like, we may talk a lot of shit about school and like the nuances of it, but school is really important for the students, especially like their social aspect, the social emotional learning. I don't know if you guys have been hearing that as of lately. That's like one of the buzzwords that are out there. But like being with their peers does help them to a degree. So even the students who may have a bit of social awkwardness, just having people, staff, teachers that they can relate to and even engage with the cafeteria ladies, as we've had conversations before, the security guards. So you never know who's making an impact in those students' lives that they're not seeing every day.
Right.
And so we have just some facts that we didn't get a chance to share last time, because it's kind of like a taboo subject.
Right.
You know, people don't want to bring it up because, if we
makes
talk
them
about
uncomfortable.
suicide, if you talk about suicide, then that's going to make someone want to commit suicide. That is not the case.
Absolutely.
Like, that is not the case at all. So, just a few facts that we have for our teens, especially speaking to our parents, aunts, uncles, mentors, big cousins out here. Just so you're aware, as we said last time, just to do a check-in and ask, like, well, how are you doing? And active listening is a thing. Just think back to when you were a teenager and you had issues, or if you had issues and you wanted someone to just listen and not be judgmental.
Right.
Try to turn that person on if you can, if you have a young adult in your life, because this is a very, very strange time.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So,
it is.
80% of teens die by suicide show warning signs. So the standard ones are they start giving things away. There's very low affect, meaning like they become withdrawn if they're outgoing. And even some people who are outgoing, they still have they still commit suicide. So like there's not a one size fit all model for this kind of situation.
Yes, look out for strange tweets, strange social media posts, lethargic, not eating, okay, not hanging out with friends they used to hang out with.
Right.
Okay, keep an eye on that. So.
Right. So more teens die by suicide than cancer, flu, and AIDS combined. So like this is taking our young people out, and it's real. Yep. It's real, and especially with a situation, a life-changing situation like we're in right now with the whole COVID and a pandemic. Our teens are having a difficulty adapting to this. Last year, like the students that were supposed to graduate, we had a large number of seniors who just kind of like threw their hands up, and didn't want to participate, didn't want to do anything because they felt like, in essence, their life was over, as far as like these milestones that they had hoped to achieve prom and going to walk across the stage for graduation, trips, all of these things that we may see as trivial as adults, those mean a lot to kids.
It does.
It means a lot to
Your
kids.
prom, their senior trip, right? It was.
Yeah, so like.
Oh no, I'm saying for some of them, that's the only graduation they were gonna have.
Right.
You know?
They're like
they may not
seriously,
get dressed up
seriously,
fancy like that.
Seriously,
like they do at the prom any other time. For years, to probably be before they have fancy times like that. So it was a big deal.
Yeah, I had one young lady. She was the first one in her family to graduate, like high school, the first one, and then her graduation was canceled.
Wow.
So it really broke her down, and she's just like, I don't care about school anymore. I don't care to graduate, and it took a lot of pulling her out of that. Right. She stopped logging on. She stopped doing her work. She just didn't care anymore. So it's one of those situations where if you're observing, once again, a young person in your life, and you see that like something is just a bit off, have a conversation or just ask and listen. Like really just listen to what's going on if they share it with you. And don't hesitate. Don't hesitate, because you never know what they may be battling with that, you never gave any thought to.
Right. And I hate to be the one to say it, but you can't pray away mental illness.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do it. So get them the help that they need, and just do it.
Right.
Like I said, what would it hurt? If there's nothing wrong, the doctor will say there's nothing wrong.
Right. So and that's a perfect example.
Right.
So speaking of mental health, as I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago about the school-based youth service programs, so they're very much still under attack in New Jersey. And they will all, not all of them, but a large majority of them will be closing at the end of September due to Governor Murphy's budget cuts. So the school-based line was one of the lines that he had to eliminate because of the whole COVID situation and the way that money is flowing through the state. So that was one of the lines that got cut. Unfortunately, for the Change.org petition, it's not at the goal of 50,000 signatures. It's only at 39,000 plus. The last time I checked it was Saturday, and it was at 36. So I'm glad it did grow up. It did grow from 36 to 39. So if you know someone who works in a school-based youth service program, please help to advocate for them by signing this petition. If you know your school district has a school-based youth service program or a teen center, this would be the place to go to sign the petition. There was an online rally, and it was really nice. It got hacked a little bit, but like the haters couldn't stop the message, so it was really good. And the petition, the link is in our Instagram page. So you can sign the petition, and hopefully let's get to 50,000 before the end of September, because this is a valuable resource that will be stripped away from our children in New Jersey. Right,
guys, you gotta pay attention to the signs, the things that are happening. They're already losing their extracurricular activities. They're losing now youth-based programs. Where's this money being allocated to? That's what you really need to be asking these questions. Where is this money being allocated to? Because it's not going into the programs that these kids need for socialization and other things. And so you got to pay attention, even if you don't want to be political.
Right, because the people who we have voted in are the ones making these changes. These very drastic
decisions
that are impacting our youth.
I mean, and your president has already said he's trying to change history books so that they don't reflect.
Yeah, I saw that.
So slavery, that they don't reflect slavery. You know, that whole Native American thing didn't happen. We don't want to talk about that. And he said it. I'm not making this up. He said it because he would like the history to demonstrate all the greatness that America has had. So you be mindful of the people who are voted in, and those of you who don't vote.
Wasn't yesterday National Voter Registration Day?
Yes, it was.
So, like, you guys still have time to vote. If you know any young people who are 18, get them down there to register to vote. It's a very historic moment right now. We can definitely impact change.
Right. And even if you're still anti-vote, there's other ways you can help.
Right.
There are other ways that you can help.
If it didn't matter, it wouldn't be suppressed. That's all I have to say.
I mean,
if our
truly,
vote didn't
truly.
matter, if our vote didn't matter, there wouldn't be so many obstacles put in place to not
Keep you
have
from
it
doing it.
happen. So that you have to look at the message behind that. Like, okay, having the polling places moved, having all of these voter like voter identification, all of these things that are put in place by
Even
the
the
people
fact
who
that
we vote.
felons who have served their time and have come out. I mean, a lot of states now are waiving that, but think about how many of them just know I could vote, and people didn't tell them that they could vote.
Right.
They didn't want you to know that.
Right.
So,
Right.
You know,
Right. No, not okay.
that's I mean, what did that lady got thrown in jail? Did you hear about that? She thought she could vote.
Yeah.
She thought she could vote, and they
They
threw her
told her
back.
no.
I'm like,
They told her no.
that's why? Because it's that important.
So
but
many feelings. So many feelings.
So many. But you know, it's not our job to try to. As a friend told me, it's not my job to try to get you to vote or to try to make you vote. But when it comes to your community,
You can impact change.
you can. There's so many things that you can do.
You can impact
so many that you
change.
do. So think about it.
Now you know. All I need is like my little rainbow. Like,
Now you know. I mean, I'm sure you all by now have heard the Breonna Taylor verdict.
oh girl,
So
I'm so numb to that.
So-
And it's just like, oh well, they caused harm to her neighbor, so her neighbor, not her.
Right.
Not,
Right. So again, these are the people who we have in office, and I'm excited to somewhat see the president and Biden debate. But honestly, I think we should flip it. I think Kamala should debate Trump, and Pence should debate Biden. I think that would be fair. Don't you think that'd be fair? Because he doesn't have the capacity. I mean, but she'll cut him off.
But he'll
She
just
won't
call
have
her.
time
He's
for
like,
his
well,
office.
she's a nasty woman.
And she'll be like, that's illegal. That's an illegal statement. Move on.
Nasty. She's a
But
nasty
she could keep
woman.
up with him. I don't
She's
know.
a nasty.
I don't know if Biden can keep up with.
I don't know.
It's almost like
I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it because I'll probably try to get through the first 10 minutes.
Let me know how it goes.
I will.
Let me know how it goes.
I will. So
Anyway, today's episode is called Pumpkin Spice.
and everything nice.
Yes, today's episode is called Pumpkin Spice. As you already know, our titles have absolutely nothing to do with the stuff that we talk about, but it makes sense to us.
Right, because
So.
it's pumpkin spice season.
It is pumpkin spice season. It's
And
fall.
apple pie spice. So if you haven't tried that one, it's actually pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
from Dunkin' or from
No, the actual, you can actually, like McCormick has like an apple spice, apple pie spice that you can use during holidays.
I'm about to check that out. But pumpkin spice. Today is the second day of fall, right?
Yes.
Okay, second day of fall. So as you already know, it's been cold AF, except for today.
Right, it was
Like
hot.
hot AF. It's like, yo, pick a side.
Yes.
Is either I'm pulling out the Uggs or I'm not. Like, let me know.
Because
Too much.
I can't deal with it. Deal
So,
with
fall is here,
Yes,
and us in the teacher's world already tired.
it. Done. I'm already
We're
counting.
tired.
I'm counting the days till Thanksgiving.
Word.
I've counted the days till Christmas.
You have off on Monday?
I do. I do
now,
have all my.
what?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you out the hood now, girl. We moving on up to the east side.
Yes. Jewish
To
holiday.
the Jewish holidays.
The Jewish holiday
Right.
on Monday.
That's
So,
right.
yeah,
So which
they
Jewish holiday? I
don't know, but thank you.
I'm not
and
complaining.
We
about it.
celebrate.
I mean, it doesn't
celebrate
apply to
everyone.
me anyway. Neither
But,
did Thanksgiving.
hey, like,
neither does
hey,
Christmas. So,
hey.
but I'll still take it.
You know, for the people.
Yes.
For the people.
I accept this holiday on behalf of
Behalf of the people.
whomever.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's nice.
So yes, it's pumpkin spice season. We're burnt out. Hot girl summer is over.
Yeah.
And like we were actually having a conversation yesterday and talking about like our energy just from last month to
Yep.
this month. Our
Right.
energy is just like trash.
Yep.
Absolute trash. Like between sitting on the computer for close to 12 hours my eyes being.
Our DJ's rude. Yeah, you're bad. You're bad.
Reclaiming.
I don't even have the energy.
My time.
Yes. So chop something off the rent for that. Just chop a little 1%.
Right, like rent is due next Wednesday.
Right, rent is due. But
yeah. So eye fatigue is real. Like headaches and all of this stuff from staring at the computer screen all day, and like being hunched over at my desk. It's like I'm
draining.
It's very, very draining. And it's just like now having a commute, like from 10 minutes to 40 minutes. That shit is real, yo.
Oh, I know. I used to do commutes all the time.
That shit, like,
but because most kids are home and virtual, traffic hasn't been as bad as it could be. Okay, y'all are rude with y'all phones right now.
My phone is on vibrate.
Y'all are rude. But since there's not an influx of school buses all over the place.
Oh yeah, the school buses are real.
Yeah, so it has made a difference. Like
school buses.
The majority of my mornings used to be road rage. Like intense road rage. So by the time I get to work, I am pissed off. So I feel bad for my first period class all the time because they got the brunt of that. Like, oh, Mr. I don't care. Sit down. Shut up. Oh. Now, it's too early in the morning for that. Oh. It is too early in the morning for that. They don't be lit in my class.
No. I can understand
sit down
that.
And shut up. But now, since besides yesterday when I got the finger, now that since I'm not dealing with with a lot of road rage, I'm quite pleasant first period. In fact, I don't even need coffee anymore. I haven't had coffee in a few days. I'm telling you. I'm like, I'm not angry. I'm not stressed. I don't need any coffee today.
Okay.
I'm in the class. I'm like, good morning. They're all like, good morning. And I'm like, let's
hello
get started.
from the computer.
Oh, no, I'm hybrid. So I have kids in front of me and I have to. So we have two computers. I have two computers in my district. We all have two computers, the teachers. We have one where we stream so the kids can see us. And the one so we can do whatever else that we got to do on the board. So I am constantly charging laptops because they're dying, and I told you the other day I did a whole lesson. Yo, you gotta tell them. So like I said, my mornings are just I'm
like
energetic.
Robins are like like landing on your finger.
It was a Disney scene for me. I was ready. I was like, okay, let's do this. I'm teaching. I'm talking to the kids. I'm giving them examples. My kids in the class. When they give you that. I know what you're talking about.
Like, I'm here with you.
Yeah, okay.
I'm learning.
That made
sense. I'm learning. Okay. Okay.
So I'm like, here goes
those are real good moments, though.
Yes. I'm like,
because you feel so fulfilled.
You feel fulfilled. I'm like, they're looking at me. I was getting eye contact from all of them. They were all looking at me. And I'm like, yes, okay.
Yeah.
This is this. So we had my little quick discussion. And I talked about the activity. I'm like, all right, this is what you're going to do. And this is how you're going to submit it. And then we're going to talk about it. Yada, yada, yada. And they sitting there looking at me like. And I was like, now, are there any questions, comments, or concerns? I was like, yes. What's your question? I don't think the kids on virtual can hear you. I turn around. The kids on virtual are like, I forgot to unmute. The kids are like, Miss Jones. You see little hand emojis all over the screen. Like, they look like puppets just like, what is she doing? And finally, and the only reason he noticed that is because I had the Google Classroom up, and I guess one of the students was smart enough to leave a comment like, we can't hear you. And I turned around, I was like, oh my God.
40 minutes later.
Man, I was just like, word.
Yo.
And they, waving like, what is she doing? What is she saying?
And she was on a roll.
I was done with my lesson. I was about to sit down and take attendance. And I was like, I got to teach this whole damn lesson again. So I had to unmute him. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I would have been assuming like I definitely better get an A in this
I
class.
started I was like, and there's no way I was going to deliver it the same way again.
No, because you get that like,
yeah, like
you be feeling good afterward. Like you
Right.
could drop the mic. Like yes,
yeah,
I taught
exactly.
today.
And they got it. They understood. They connected it from the previous lesson.
They were looking at you because they didn't understand the shit you were saying.
Or they were looking at the comments behind me like, this bitch don't even know
Like what?
that she's on mute.
No. Nope.
That would have been a perfect time. Like, Mom, Dad, look at this.
Look.
Would you look at it? Would somebody come and look at this?
Would you look at this?
Somebody, please.
This is why I don't like this class.
Yeah.
Please, somebody, please. No,
No.
this was an AP class, so I know them kids was just like, oh my
This
God.
is gonna be on the test. This is gonna be on the test. I know this is gonna be on the test.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, AP students stress.
Yo. It depends on where, like, okay, so you done tapped into a nerve with that one.
Uh-oh.
I gotta put my shoes on. You don't see me like scooting into my shoes. Yo,
Yeah.
AP students, depending on where you are, because some of the AP students that I've dealt with in the past, they don't want to be an AP. They don't want, and it's just like, listen, this is a great opportunity for you.
Right.
Because a lot of them are talking like the rah-rah, like, oh yeah, I want to go to college. I want to be a doctor. Da, da, da. Okay, well, take AP Chem. I don't want to take AP Chem.
Right.
How do you,
Exactly.
like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you don't want to take AP Chem? You're planning to be a doctor. You're planning to go off to college, right? And it's just like, well, this is just a prequel to what you're going to be doing.
Exactly.
And for a lot of you parents out there who have your students in AP, maybe you're already familiar, but if you have a student, or once again, my aunts, uncles, and cousins, if you have a family member that you know is in an AP class, depending on what district they're in, sometimes, like the district that I was in, they paid for the AP exam.
Yeah.
So they could take it at the end and get the credit for that class. So that's one less class that they would have to take once they go off to college. So if you're taking an AP bio and you're going to study whatever, like even if you're studying psychology, you still have to take a science.
Yeah, you do.
So that's one less credit or 3 less credits that your student or your kid or whomever has to take. And it's cheaper. So it's just like, okay, well, that's one less credit that they have to take. Maybe they can knock that off, like one less thing. Or they can go into their major. I don't know. Like it depends.
Right.
It depends for each person.
And even if you don't think you're going to college now, you might change when you get older. You might completely say, I think I want to go take some classes.
Yo,
It counts. It counts.
Ooh.
And if the district is paying for it, I don't see why you wouldn't. The district
get
I'm in,
those
the kids have to pay
3s
for
and
it.
higher. Like if you get you have an AP student that has a 5, what? The baby is smart. Yes. But like they don't want to take the AP classes. Like it's such a treasure to have it, and especially because like I said, they're planning to go off and continue their education. I don't know what they think is going to happen once they step into a professor's room. Like work is not going to get harder. The shit gets harder.
Yes, it does. I mean, in point blank, I have a student who came to me today. He transferred out of a different class, and when I looked at his schedule, he already had 3 other AP classes. So this was his 4th.
That's
AP
way too
class.
many though. That's like
But this is how important
wow. That's
they
a lot.
take these AP classes
That's
in the
that.
district.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's a lot.
And one of his APs was physics 2.
Oh wow. No, like I took a girl. Actually, I had to advocate for one of the students to come out of AP because she had 4, and like depending on the caliber of the student and everything, the work-life balance aspect. Some students have 2 AP classes, like, oh, I don't want to take it. No, you're going to take it. Or 1 AP class, I don't want to take it, but they rather have a schedule full of art class. No shade to art class. However, when it comes to the quality points that colleges and universities are looking for, they're going to look for those
some diversity.
rigorous courses. They're going to look for the rigor. And like AP honors courses, still good. For some districts, they don't require a 4th year of math, but I still think it's important to have a 4th year of math, especially for my seniors. It's still important because when they take their placement exam and they haven't been exposed to math, And especially if they weren't strong in math and they go to take that placement exam, they may end up in a basic level course.
Right.
And those credits are non-transferable. I can get into a whole thing about that, but I'm not.
That's what she does.
That's what I do.
That's what she do. But no, I mean, when I was in high school, if somebody told me that they would pay for my AP classes, if somebody told me they would pay for my AP classes, I would have took them.
Yeah, I had no knowledge of AP,
but
whatsoever. I was
had I known,
hard body C student in high school, like hard body C. But then I moved up to like B's, except for math.
I gotta take him. So, like I said, so he came in. I'm like, this is his 4th AP class, and he was stoic too. He was like, "Good morning, Miss Jones. I am now in your classroom." I was like, welcome. Can I get you a beverage?
Like, you want a cookie? Like,
would you like a hot towel?
Right?
Sit down.
Like, wait, let me get my rose petals. Now walk.
He's just very. I was like, and then when I looked at the schedule, I was like, oh, he's one of these serious students. And I was just like, these serious ones.
Yeah,
just like,
those
they don't
are the ones.
smile. Like, you have to. It's like squeezing ketchup from a grape. I'm like, it's a little smile.
Yeah. But those are the ones that's going to email you at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you still up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Because they low key, not so low key, have insomnia or like some other underlying anxiety provoking disorder. And I'm not being facetious. Like,
yeah, but like it's serious in some districts with this AP stuff. Like I had kids are juggling AP classes, so
it is serious.
Take it,
but take the AP, take the damn AP classes, especially if they're offering it in your child's district and they're willing to pay for the AP exam. That's one less thing you have to pay for.
Right.
If you're a part of a district that allows students to do that.
And again, maybe you don't go right to college. Maybe you get a job, and then maybe the job has back to school opportunities for you.
Yeah, there's so many ways.
They might pay for you to take certain classes, like and you've already knocked out an AP in that. So you never ever know.
Right.
You never know.
Right.
Somebody else is footing the bill, which is taxpayers, but
and you know where that comes from. You know how important it is to fill out the lunch applications. You know, there's money, unless you guys don't know this already. There's money tied into those lunch applications. So if they've sent out the lunch applications already for you to complete, fill it out. Fill out the lunch application because they're going to determine how much money your child's school or the district is going to receive to do other things. So that's funding for trips, college exposure, all of that kind of stuff. And I didn't know that until maybe like my second year. It's like, oh, well, why don't we have this anymore? Oh, because the parents didn't feel, among other things. Lunch applications weren't filled out enough this year, so we didn't get the funding for it. So complete the lunch application. Like,
we used to safety pin them to the kids. Like, here you go.
Yes.
The little kids. Make sure your parents fill it out.
Yes.
Call them. It's important.
High school too. High school, middle school. Fill out the lunch applications.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of schools, back to school night.
Ugh.
That's why we were not here last week. I had back to school night, and I had back to school night.
Actually,
tomorrow.
she didn't.
Great. I didn't. Being overzealous, I did, but I didn't.
Right.
Like they took me off the website, so like I was there in spirit and in theory, but the parents were not. So back to school night has now been virtual because you can't come into the school. So Ben was talking earlier about his experience with back to school night and the nightmarish.
Yeah, he's pretty much over it. So
yeah,
he's huffing and puffing. He's mad.
It was kind of like a lot to navigate for us as like the people on the other side of the fence, because what had to happen, like a typical back to school night, you get your child's schedule. You follow their schedule, however many periods they have in their school day. But because it's virtual, there are Google Classroom codes or Zoom codes for each of your child's teachers. Right. So you're expected to go from a certain time period. So like back to school night started at 6. So the principal's welcoming address was like from 6 to 6:15,
Right.
and then like from 6:20 to like 6:30 or 6:40, you're supposed to go into your child's first period teacher's class, and the turnout was not very, very high in my experience. So
It generally is not. My AP classes I tend to attract parents, but we'll see. I'll see tomorrow. That's when mine is.
yeah, that's my second one is tomorrow. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll be moaning and bitching about it next week.
Right? Right.
Yeah,
So I
so.
mean, it's an adjustment, and there's so
Yes.
many factors. So it's just like if you have a student or if you have kids in multiple schools, so what do you do? Like when do you log on? If I have a kid in elementary, middle, and high school, who do I prioritize?
That's correct. And on the brighter side, I have to play devil's advocate. It will cut down on parents asking how their particular child is doing in class because, back to school night, parents like to turn it into parent-teacher conference.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
So since everybody will be in the room looking at the
Yeah.
teacher explain what's going on in class, nobody's gonna do that. So
Yeah.
we can keep it rolling, keep it moving.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
always
got
the
a
one
question,
person that
you can just
asks, though.
email. Yeah, always. I wanted to know about my son.
It's like, hey,
Hey, lady. I don't even know who your son is. I still don't know all the kids' names. Like,
It's
very difficult. It's even harder when half of them are on virtual and the other half are in front of me because I have 6 brunettes with brown eyes. Now imagine this: 6 brunettes, brown eyes. They all have past shoulder length hair. They're all wearing masks, right? And they all dress the same: sweatpants or stretch pants.
in the class.
These are in
so
I'm like, Kelly? No.
Kelly with an
Olivia?
I.
No.
Kelly with a Y.
Grace? Who are you? Because they all I can see is the eyes and the hair, and I'm just like, I don't know who you are.
I mean, you can give them those. You remember how, like, in elementary school, you had that name?
I'm not.
Name
I
thing?
travel. I am not in the same room every period. Every single period, I have to. I move with the kids. So when the bell rings, I got to grab my laptops, all of them, go to another room, set up, teach. Bell rings, grab all my laptops, get up, move. So I am moving.
And this is why we're
constantly.
tired.
I'm
This
moving
is why we're
constantly
tired.
because they have. I told you we don't even have a teacher's lounge anymore. The teacher's lounge has been converted into a classroom. The cafeteria has been split in half, so one half is a classroom and the other half is a classroom. Every available space has been utilized as a classroom now. Guidance counselors got kicked out of their offices.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
hell yeah.
no. No.
Hell yeah.
And where they at?
If like the business office or the English department has like an extra space in there, they
That
put it
is
there.
that's not right.
But that's for like those guidance counselors who have like those, not the ones who are like all in a group office room. We're talking about the ones who have, for some reason, have these little special by themselves offices.
Oh, yeah. They can go.
That was gone.
They can go.
Gone.
They had the VIP suite.
Mm-hmm. So
No.
now, yeah, every available space is a classroom. And
With the exception of the bathroom.
with the exception of the bathroom, which we are scanning students.
Please. Please tell them about it. It's like crazy.
We scanned. I thought it was insane. I'm like, okay, so I'm like the creepy teacher sitting outside the bathroom, scanning students into the toilet, and I'm like,
I'm like,
what's up? You gotta
What's
go to the
up?
bathroom?
Got a bathroom?
All right, let me see your ID.
gotta be 21 or older to get in
Exactly.
this club.
Exactly. I'm like,
It's
this
crazy.
is so creepy, but I'm like, there's nobody in the building anymore. I could see if we were at, all the kids, but it's so quiet in there because a lot of kids are virtual. So I'm just like,
Well,
so, yeah.
there's going to be more in store. I was looking at the news today and I saw that East Brunswick, they had to shut down.
I heard.
They
I
had
heard.
to shut down
I heard.
because already someone was exposed to someone, and it was just like they had to put the brakes. Already. So you can only imagine what is going to continue to follow suit
Yep.
as the school year continues, as like this whole pandemic is not managed correctly or whatever the case may be. the students are going to continue, and staff and parents and guardians and everyone who works in the system is going to continue to suffer.
Yeah.
But hey,
We just work here.
yeah. So what I have noticed as far as like some improvements, that's why I put it on here, like our what we've noticed, they are really trying to get on the ball with their like talking to staff members and like being more like directive. From my experience, as opposed to when we left, it was a lot of like ambiguous talk, but now it's more concrete. Like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. This is our plan. This is the plan to the plan, and this is the backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan. And I'll email you if there's another backup
all these
plan.
Plans. I don't want to hear all these plans. I get confused.
It's like phase 1.
Yeah.
Phase
phases.
2.
Once we
phase
move into
3.
phase 2, I'm like, wait, what? Wait, we're not in phase 2 now?
No, this is still phase 1. But when is your phase 2? So what we're talking
Did you not
about?
hear me just say I just worked there?
So what we're talking about is the waves in which they're going to bring staff and students back into the school.
Right, but I'm
We'll have
already in
elected.
school, so.
So like for some, it's like, all right, well, you can come and do your work and then go home or whatever. And then other districts is like 100% virtual. So nobody is allowed in the building. But once people are allowed in the building, for example, like the counselors have to be there 4 days out of the week and the teachers are there 2 days out of the week.
I am there 5 days out of the week, so I have no pity for any of you, no sympathy or anything. So, whatever. I could care less.
Yeah, but like, no.
Kick
So-
a boulder, not a rock. Kick a
And
boulder.
then for the phase, it's like, okay, so pre-phase 2, teachers come back, and then students, the high risk buzzword, high risk students, they come back. So the high risk students are students who, and it depends on whatever your district is. So like from our experience, as we said, the high risk students that have been identified for the districts to which we are part of, students who are on the spectrum, so our mild cognitive students, our special education students, our English language learners,
right.
so that's the ESL, ELL population, and the students who receive free or reduced lunch. So, and like students who, another subcategory, students who have failed tremendously being home. So those students are now high risk because they see that they can't pretty much be independent students.
They need to be micromanaged.
Yeah, so those are high risk.
So those are your radiation canaries.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully that vaccine will clear all this up, right?
What vaccine?
You know, they working on it. They working on it.
Somebody
got to be the...
In 15 years, we're gonna be...
Somebody...
If you or someone you know has taken the COVID
Yeah.
vaccine,
Somebody
15
gotta be
years
the
ago,
zombies,
and
the
you are right.
Walking Dead. Somebody
you are
has to be the Walking Dead
suffering.
zombies.
You may be entitled to compensation.
Well,
That's
they're gonna
what's
do that.
happen.
They're gonna do that anyway. I foresee that happening anyway. It's like, did you go to one of the rallies? And I heard like he's making them sign a waiver at the rally
Oh,
that like if they catch COVID, like that's on you. That's not on
yeah, it's
me.
my fault.
Like it's like nobody told you to come here,
Right.
and nobody told you not to protect yourself.
Right. So, no, I don't know.
I know. I know.
It's not safe.
I know.
So, and this is segues into what I want to talk about this week and probably a little bit of next week.
Yes.
We got to start teaching our kids how to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
Right? They got to learn sustainability. Okay? Because we ain't teaching it in school. We are not teaching it in school. Teach your kids how to grow something.
Food.
Teach your kids how to grow something.
Yes. So.
And that one thing, and make that thing work.
Yeah. Sweet potatoes, tomatoes,
Carrots.
Potatoes.
Easy.
Scallions are very easy to grow.
Well, you can't live off of a scallion, but
I mean, Dave, you can't live off of it. That's for damn sure. But at least you can say you
at
grew
least you got
it.
some flavoring.
Yeah, you can grow.
You got
Like I
some
grew
flavoring.
some scallions. I don't know.
what I'm gonna do with them.
But I grew it.
Maybe I can put them in this potato soup or something. But
Right.
grow something. Learn how to grow something.
Yes.
Because these grocery prices are not going down.
No. Yo, it's crazy. Like, I've been, like, going to restaurants or whatever, and, like, the food tastes really weird. Like, it tastes...
It's crappy.
Like, I don't know if my taste buds are off, but it tastes like... I can taste the chemical in it. It's like, oh, this is not good. Like, this is
I
not
was
good.
0 for 3 last week when eating out. 0 for 3. I was so mad. Well, one, I just wanted a buttered bagel, toasted butter bagel. I get my bagel, it's not toasted. I was like, oh. So I just had this cold bagel with butter on it, just cold. Now, mind you, this infuriated me even more because we don't have microwaves yet.
Oh, like yeah, they got taken out. They got taken out. Y'all don't have a cafeteria.
Yeah, so I just had this cold bagel looking at me all day that I couldn't do nothing with.
And you paid for it.
Yeah, and it was just cold, and I was
That's the
just
shit that be
angry.
making me
so
mad
then
when it comes
the next
to food.
time I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure it's warm before I leave the store. So the next one, I was like, all right, I wanted jelly and butter. I was like, yeah, I'm in the mood for jelly and butter on this bagel today. It was warm, but it was no jelly.
What the fuck is that with this? Like, are they running out of the condiments? Like,
but I paid 30 cents for some jelly, and I was like, there was no jelly. It wasn't even a jelly packet in a bag, so it was no jelly. So I was like, great, now I have a butter bagel with no jelly.
Is this the same place?
This is the same place.
Why are you going back to the same place?
Because I cannot imagine that they keep messing up my order. So.
Well, they did twice. Twice. I mean, the first time would have been like, hey, listen, you know you charged me for that cream cheese, and I didn't get it. So, like, I need that retro cream cheese with
something. But, I mean, I go for the coffee, but since I'm, like, haven't really needed coffee, it was
okay.
It was like, no, it was like Monday, and then I'm going to get Wednesday.
Okay.
And then, so Thursday, my husband got some Popeye's chicken. And I was like, okay, make sure you get dark meat and, you know, get some corn on the cob, too. He come back, instead of corn on the cob, they gave us extra coleslaw.
Ew.
And it wasn't dark meat. It was mixed. It was white meat. I was just like, this is why I can't get my order right, okay? This is what I'm talking about. This economy. Y'all can't give me the right orders. Y'all can't make a toasted bagel. Like,
well, in their defense, they are frontline employees.
What that got to do with the difference between coleslaw and corn on the cob? Make it make sense, Jay. Go ahead. Make it make sense.
They're frontline employees. They've been out here on the front lines fighting for us to keep our, fast food economy growing. So,
if you want to keep your fast food economy growing, then you need to give me the right order.
I mean, but did they not have it, or they just jacked it up?
They just didn't give it to us.
Oh, well, I don't know what to say.
So
but in their defense,
there's no defense. This is just exactly what I'm talking about. Why? I just gotta eat at home.
Yeah, grow your own food.
Grow my own food. If I was growing my own corn, I wouldn't have had this problem.
Right, like you gonna be in the back, like shucking corn off the stalk
all day.
Get out of here.
I don't need your corn.
It's like,
on
yeah,
the cob.
I have maize at my house. I'm gonna grind that shit out and make me some.
In my backyard.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's right.
And then the fish that you catch, you're going to make some corn flour and, like, batter it.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Yep. And while I'm growing my cabbage and carrots, I can chop that up and make coleslaw. So you don't hear me.
But so you're going to make the fresh eggs from the chickens that you have?
Yep.
To make some mayonnaise?
I just might buy a chicken.
Yeah, to make some mayonnaise.
I just might buy a chicken. And then what? Then what? Then don't be calling me on the weekend when you want an omelet and you ain't got no eggs.
No.
Because I'm gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will get
you
my
can
brown.
go to ShopRite.
Yes.
And buy your own.
I will go and get my brown eggs from wherever they're on sale and keep it moving. And keep it. I don't even like white eggs. They taste different.
Who said I was gonna have a white chicken?
I didn't say anything about you having a white chicken. I'm just stating that I like brown eggs.
If anything, I'm gonna have a brown chicken.
A hen?
With the red. No, isn't it it's something about the ear color that determines
I don't know,
With their
but
brown.
yeah.
But
So
I do know. Off topic, but
brown,
yes,
yeah.
I will have a brown chicken
okay, let's
and
hope
a black rooster.
Okay, let's hope they. What is that? Give out. What is the word I'm looking for? Deliver. Lay eggs.
Hens excessively lay eggs.
Yeah. So
Excessively.
I would like to. I would very much so like to see that. Like, will you get a chicken? Let me know what that process looks like. I would very much so like to see that. Very much so. Yes, your chicken and your maize and your corn stalks and your.
She talking shit, but I'm talking real talk. Real talk.
I'm
I
being serious.
successfully I'm growing sweet potatoes.
Yes, she's doing really good with her sweet potatoes and her tomatoes too.
Have lost their minds, but I've successfully grown sweet potatoes.
I mean, we're real people out here.
Yeah,
We're real people. I tried to grow an avocado some years ago, and it just turned into an avocado plant, and I didn't plant it. I let it die.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Self-sufficiency, sustainability.
Yeah.
Not that it would survive in this climate anyway, because avocados don't grow over here.
No, they
Jay.
don't. No. I watched the documentary. I know where avocados grow. They
But
grow in
she just
California
had to be
and like
different. She just had to be
Either
different.
way.
And you're gonna intentionally grow a plant that's gonna die.
Hey.
Masochist.
Hey.
Apple trees, pears, peach, plums, cherries. She ain't wanna grow none of that. Apricot, no.
I like avocados though. They are like blood diamond food. You understand that though, right?
I don't like
They're blood. I'll get into a whole.
I don't like them like that.
I love avocados. They're blood diamond foods though. Like I watched the documentary on Netflix and it gets real. Like it gets real with the avocado farmers and everything in Mexico. Like the what is that? Like the gangs down there. Not all of them, so I'm not making like a generalization. From what I saw on the documentary. Okay. Yeah, so if you're an avocado farmer and like the gangs know that you grow avocados, so they know that you're exporting it, so they pretty much target you. And this one avocado farmer was saying that like he got kidnapped and held for ransom, and like he had to give up his avocado farm to the people. Yeah, it was a really good documentary. Like it sounds crazy, but like
you come in my backyard and try to steal my sweet potatoes.
You try to go against the Mexican gang if you want to.
Watch what happens.
But anyway,
no, I'm not fooling with them.
Pumpkin spice.
Yeah, you can grow pumpkins too. They're actually very easy to grow. So sustainability.
Yes.
Okay, sustainability, and we should be teaching that in school.
Yes.
We should be teaching that.
Among other things, but our time has now come to a close. And we missed you guys.
We did.
And we will see you next week because we don't have parent-teacher conference next week, Wednesday.
We might have calmed down by next week.
Yeah.
Because September will be over. And
yeah. Now we're
moving into October.
Warp speed until October.
Yes.
So.
And then after October, it's vacation. It's like holiday after holiday after holiday. So
yeah. Except for snow days because they no longer exist. So.
Well, they do for me because, like I said,
remember that forever.
Yes.
Turn up the bass. You're now listening. Yo, Tap In Radio.